We are back. All right, folks, you are in for a real treat now, ladies and gentlemen, because the man coming to the stage has been seen on Comedy Central and Showtime. He has his own channel on Pandora, which is excellent. Please welcome the extremely funny Mr. Tom Simmons.
Hello. Hello, hello. Crazy late. All right, it's good to be here, you guys. I was in Aspen a couple weeks ago performing. Had to perform literally in the town right next door, but the mountain pass was closed for the winter or whatever, so I had to drive around. I literally had to drive around the mountain, and they're giving me the keys to the rental car. They're like, hey, it's about a 5.5-hour drive, but it's only 30 minutes as the crow flies. I'm like, well, then why the hell would you tell me that, okay? I am not a crow. I'm getting in a car. How long would it be if I was a mountain lion? How long then would it take me? What if I was a turtle and I got scared 5 times on my walk? You know? Anyway. I was coming here tonight to do the show, and my son was like, I want to go do television. I'm like, why would you want to do television? He's like, well, if I do television, that means I'm famous. I'm like, first of all, it doesn't. And secondly, why do you want to be famous? And he goes, because if I'm famous, that means I have a lot of money, and then everybody's happy. Right? And that just broke my heart. I'm like, no, son, money is not what makes you happy in this world. And he just looks at me like, are you freaking new here? Are you? You know? And he's right. I'm worried about it, you know? Because if you think about it really culturally, money is our God. It's what we fight and kill for. It's what we worship. It's what we work 40, 50 hours a week for. It's what we want more than anything. It's what we think will make us happy. We have altars built all over the country in the form of banks that we bail out. Right? Yeah. I don't even know how it works anymore. I don't get a check. They wire it to my account. And I press some buttons. It spits it out to me. I'm like, I don't know how that works. That's faith. You know? Yeah. How many of y'all haven't stood in front of the altar of an ATM machine and prayed? Like, dear Lord, please let there be $50 in my account. It's just crazy, you know, how much it controls. And it's just made up money. It's just whatever we've decided to accept as our medium of exchange. So it's a huge illusion that's backed by nothing. My question is, if we're just making it up, why are we using this thing? We should just use leaves. I mean, that literally grows on trees. You know, how great would that be? Get like a backpack blower and a rake. You can get a new flat screen in a country in South America. It'd be awesome, you know? I used to not worry about things like national debt either. I'd be like, what, we owe trillions of dollars to who? To ourselves? Well, if I owe myself $100, like, you know what? We good. You know? I'm going to let that slide. Not worry about that. It's controlling, though. Name my son Owen, because that's what we figure we're going to be doing for the rest of our damn lives. But it's weird. We don't owe that money technically to ourselves. We owe that money to the Federal Reserve Bank, which is a for-profit private company with owners. That's weird to think to me that there's people that have a lot of money, like Bill Gates and Oprah, and then there's these people that own the Federal Reserve Bank. They actually own money. You know, even Sam Walmart's like, what a great business model you developed. You own money. Yep, we just make it up out of nothing, and then we sell it to you at interest. Can I do that? Nope. If you do it, it's counterfeiting, and we throw you in jail. It's crazy. The very name is a deception, Federal Reserve, to make it think it's part of our government, right? The people that are on the money were against the Federal Reserve System. Jefferson was against it, Jackson was against it, Lincoln and Franklin were against it, and they're on the money? That's an insult. That's like putting Mother Teresa's face on condoms and passing them out of Planned Parenthood. Right? It's ridiculous. And we call it different things, right? It's just we give it different names. It's the dollar here, it's the loonie in Canada, it's the euro in Europe. The weirdest name by far for the dollar is in Vietnam. They call their dollar the dong. Like, sorry, baby, I'm a little short on dong tonight. You know? Yeah. It'd be funny to fly from Vietnam to England and go to currency exchange. Like, yes, I'd like to exchange my dong for pounds, please. Yeah, wouldn't we all, sir? Up in line. You know? And gold is the thing now, right? You got to invest in gold. Gold's what holds its value. Gold's going up. I used to think that rappers were idiots for what they did to their mouths. Turns out these guys are monster investors, you know? It's like, hey, Lil Wayne, let me see your portfolio. That's right. I'm making it rain within sizes. I don't trust them. I don't trust the banks. If you're with Bank of America, I will no longer accept a check from you. All right, I had a buddy of mine owed me $100. He didn't have it. He's like, let me write you a check. You can run in Bank of America, cash it. Cool. He gives me the check. I go into Bank of America. Hey, I need to cash this. I'm like, okay, we can cash this for you, but it's going to cost you $6 since you don't have an account here. I'm like, well, wait a minute. He owes me $100, not $94. You're actually making your customer commit fraud right now. She's like, well, it's just our system. I need to get your fingerprint. My fingerprint? You're the one committing the crime here, you know? Your ability to create money out of thin air isn't business advantage enough for you. You got to steal my money $6 at a time. If that check is for $5, would I owe you $1 to cash it for me? I can't help it. I get mad. You know, it's not easy to stay calm with these people. You know, Jesus, the only time he used violence in his entire ministry was on the money changers at the temple. You know how evil you got to be to piss off Jesus? Very. Yeah. Yeah, Christians get mad. I got an atheist buddy. He's like, Tom, you shouldn't even bring up Jesus on stage, man. He's an imaginary, fictional, mythical character. I'm like, well, first of all, I don't think Jesus was a myth. I think he was real, and here's why. Because he was a carpenter. You don't give imaginary people jobs. All right? My buddy Larry, who I'm making up right now because I don't have a buddy named Larry, he doesn't have a job. You know why? Because he's not real. That's why. He doesn't need one. You have to give me a few moments to make. He's a project manager at Hewlett Packard. That's what Larry does. He's very good. Just saying. He was a carpenter. They'd have made up something more interesting than carpenter. He'd have been like beat reporter for the Nazareth Daily Bugle or something, you know? He made things. He made a lot of things. Do you think when he was up on the cross that he looked at it all with a carpenter's critical eye? Like, wait a minute. This isn't even level. This is shoddy workmanship. There's nothing is plumb. The cypress is splitting. Forgive them, Father, for they don't build them like they used to. Yeah, he had to make things. He had to make like a birdhouse or a chest of drawers. That's how we're going to find out Jesus is real, I think. Be watching like Storage Wars late one night, you know. He'd be looking behind a mattress. Wow, this scroll pole looks absolutely ancient. Let's see who met Jesus Christ. What? This is going to be worth some dog, my friend. I'm turning a profit on this storage. Beautiful. Yeah. All right. Thank you very much, you guys. Take care of each other. Peace. Thank you.
Tom Simmons, hang out right there in the middle. Tom Simmons, everybody. His new CD is called Keeping Up. Pick it up at TomSimmons.com or iTunes. iTunes? Yeah, iTunes is good. Tom Simmons. We'll be right back with more from Tom Simmons. So funny. So funny. We're going to have to cut all the Jesus stuff.